So, and then me going to freaking tournaments. Anyways. Oh.
Hi, Kitty.
Hi, Kitty.
And welcome to another fun-filled Fun with Flags with Sheldon Cooper.
Fun with Flags? Oh, perfect. Hold on. Let me get my flags up.
Welcome to episode
a lot of red ones, right?
135 of Ripping the Rack. And there's a cat butthole for you. Okay.
We're gonna get canceled. We're gonna get canceled.
She's just excited, everyone.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Ripping the Rack podcast, where you get to see cat buttholes.
Yay!
And there's Nico in chat.
Yo, Nico, how's the buttholes?
560 week.
560 week, everybody. Yay!
Fuck that game on Sunday.
Let's do
I have a question. Is anyone else rooting for the power outage again? I am.
Power outage?
Power outage?
At the Super Bowl. The last time these two teams played 10 years ago, there was this power outage.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's funny.
That's that whole the script got leaked, and they're like, the halftime show's already there. It's like, guys, that was 10 years ago. It was the same Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So anyway,
people that believe the Earth's flat.
Let's do some introductions here before this gets really off the rails. Let's see. We have all the way down south. He is roughly a mile and a half from me. He is a Coastal Crusader, Mr. Brian Athern, and I know that's a moniker, and I know it's a nickname, and I know when I went on a rant about nicknames, but that is your wrestling moniker, and that's different.
Yes. It'd be like not calling Bobby Heenan the Brain. Like, it'd just be weird.
Right.
But yeah, it's 560 week. It's the most wonderful week. Well, yeah, one of them.
The most wonderful.
Yeah, it's. I can't wait. I'm excited to go up north, and Calvin, is it true? Is it not gonna snow?
No, it is gonna snow. I just don't know how much.
During the 560, it's gonna snow.
It's supposed to be like 50 degrees here. It's supposed to be warm.
Yeah, it's gonna be warm on Saturday, I think, but the Sunday that we're supposed to get like 5 to 10 centimeters or something.
Yeah, so Sunday when you're supposed to come home.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm staying.
Okay. I think it's supposed to be warm all weekend. It looks like we might get some snow on Saturday, but that's about it. It does look like it's going to be a nice weekend. Fingers crossed. Don't need to, drive a big 4x4 with studded tires through 3 feet of snow while we drift off to the side. Yeah, it's hopefully going to be a nice weekend. Lots of bowling. Yippee.
I will not be there.
You're not even going to come up?
No, I got to work Saturday.
Yeah, this weekend in Nova Scotia. Oof, this weekend in Nova Scotia. All my Nova Scotia friends who are possibly listening. Well, I mean, friend. I think I only have one Nova Scotia friend.
Well, let's do this, Calvin.
What?
All of Brian and my friends that live in Nova Scotia.
Okay, yes. All of Brian and Tim's friends that live in Nova Scotia.
One?
Yeah.
I would say we probably at least tripled Calvin's.
That adds the plural, so it's at least the friends.
Yeah.
So yes. I hope everybody is safe.
I got a few stats. I got a few snaps from some folks up there, and I just threw up a little in my mouth when I saw it, and just went, okay, that's
a lot of snow. Like
a
lot.
Like people had mountains on top of their cars, which is, still a good 4 feet off the ground, plus another 4 feet on top of that. Like, that's, it's a lot. And they're still supposed to be getting more in Cape Breton, which is,
I saw that.
Foolish to think of.
So, do we know how much Nova Scotia has gotten? Like, I know at one point they had like 1.5 feet of snow, and someone was saying there was another 18 to 20 inches, whatever.
Yeah.
I know you guys use centimeters and that metric system crap that, no one else in the world uses.
Metric system crap that every other country in the world uses.
Yeah, except for America. Yeah.
Oh, no, we use it just on important stuff like medicine and science, and like how far away things are from each other. No, we got to use some made up thing.
Yeah, like wrenches and things like that. They use a metric system, you know?
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Well, no, we have our own. It's called standard, and then everybody else won't conform, so we have to make metric wrenches too.
Right.
Good
so
Lord.
Let's introduce our third. Let's introduce. I'm Tim. I didn't introduce that earlier to those that, you know, and the king of the North.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
It's Calvin Locke. Oh, I'm sorry. His real name is Calvin Locke.
Yes, my real name. And I always, people were asking me about that when you went on your rant, and I said, I don't know what he's going on his rant for. He's the one who gave me the King of the North.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Oh, you guys started this because we came on here.
Because I was thinking, you know, the White Walkers and winter's coming and the whole Game of Thrones, King of the North, Jon Snow. Like,
I just thought he was a good bowler from Canada in their north. Like, I didn't even do the Game of Thrones thing. Like,
it was a Game of Thrones thing. That was, and yes, Frank McDonald is awesome. Big fan of Frankie.
Oh yeah, Frankie. Yeah, he's something else.
Big fan of Frankie.
Yeah, got hit with 100 centimeters, approximately 3 feet. Oof. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's just.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. That's.
So
no.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot to talk about.
We do.
We do have a lot to talk about. I am going to try to push Brian's buttons tonight because we haven't had a good Brian rant in a while.
In a while? In a rip rap ride?
I'm exhausted. Why? I'm exhaustedly tired.
I'm exhaustedly. I don't think that's proper English.
My buttons. What did I?
Because I did the last rant, and it's your turn.
I don't yell at clouds yet. I have 10 more years before that.
Well, we need to figure out what's going to set me off then, because viewership is down. We got to get it back up again.
The viewership is down. I don't think viewership was ever up, so I think we're.
No, it's been okay.
I feel like CM Punk right now. Sorry if I'm cranky. I'm tired. I'm old. I hurt. I work with fucking children.
Yeah.
Calvin, what's going on up in Canada?
560s.
560, and the rosters are out.
And the rosters aren't out. I wish the rosters were out.
Well, there's the thread. There's the thread.
There's the thread of like 11 rosters out of the 34 teams that we have. And
people haven't put their rosters in yet. Wait, hold on.
No, rosters.
Surprise bowling. Like, who am I bowling? Surprise.
No, rosters were supposed to be in like a month ago, but nobody's posting the rosters, nor posting any like proof of average or anything like that. So we're all just going in nice and happy and smiley like instead of prepared. And I think this is the only tournament I ever go to where I have no idea the prize list. I have no idea the teams. I have no idea of anything. And it's baffling. But biggest tournament in the world for candlepin bowling. You won't find any more teams than this one.
34, right?
34 are official.
So do we have 2 warm-up lanes, or how's that going to be handled?
Yes, 35 and 36.
But don't interfere with the match on 33 and 34.
As long as you're not interfering with.
So 36 is your warm-up lane.
Essentially,
yes.
Yeah, 36 is your warm-up lane. Anytime your match is highlighted, that's your crossover match.
And I saw one division has 2 buys.
The first 2 divisions have 2 crossover matches. So you're going to bowl, and each division, so like A and B are going to bowl each other, and C and D are going to bowl each other, and you will basically bowl your adjacent number. So if you're 6, you're going to bowl 16. If you're 7, you're going to bowl 17, et cetera, et cetera. But you guys will have 2 crossovers because you have 2 buys instead of 1. Whereas C and D, just use it as that, C and D have 9 teams each, and they only have 1 crossover match.
I'm just going to bowl where they tell me to.
You're right. You will see your number, and you go bowl there, and that's who you bowl. So, yeah, that is going on this weekend. Last weekend, we had the Dieppe Men's 560. That was won by I can't remember their team name now, but it consisted of the team of Brandon Romard, Andy Babineau, Tyler, can't remember his last name, Dave Obe, Josh LeBlanc, Rob Cormier, and I think that's it. Like if I missed one, oh yeah, Steve Savoy out of Dieppe. So that team beat Yves Boudreau's team, and I can't remember all of them. I think it's Yves, Billy McClellan, Keith, can't remember his last name, Dave Duguay, a couple more. I can't remember. I left before the finals. I wanted to go home and watch the football game. So, but yeah, so Brandon and them, congratulations on that. Big win there. My trusty sidekick, Ryan Hogan, let me down because I don't have any stats from the Peter Wells. Everybody was complaining and whiny that it still ran. If you didn't want to go,
about that for a quick second.
I'm getting into it. Okay. If you stop interrupting me every time I'm talking, Timothy,
I just
relax. Stop.
Hold on. Right. I'm going to mute myself.
No. Enough of you.
How do I remove myself?
Yes, this weekend, people were complaining that the alley was open and the tournament was run. Listen, you're all grown-ups. Yeah, it sucks that you've committed and you'd have to back out in the last minute, but your safety is more important than anything else. If you did not want to drive to the bowling alley, don't effing drive to the bowling alley. Stop being bitches. You went, bowled, good. You decided, you knew the storm was coming. You decided to go. Stop going on there and whining that the tournament was going. The guys Gwinnell had his bowling alley open. He wanted to run the tournament. Good on him for staying open during the storm and giving people something to do during the storm instead of you sitting at home and shoveling all day. And good on him for running that tournament, which was ran very well, I heard. And something that I've never seen, I don't think I've ever been a part of, but a 5-way roll-off for first place.
Yeah.
5 teams tied at 16-6. Like that's something pretty eventful that I don't think I've ever been a part of. I've had 3 teams in a roll-off, but I don't think I've ever seen 5. So 5 teams. What? No, go ahead.
I said I saw 4 at the Dave Stewart one year.
Oh yeah, there was that. Yeah, I was a part of that year. I won that year.
Yeah,
that was Jeff Lapierre and we had, and who else? Craig Holbrook's team, and I can't remember who else was in there. But yeah, that was a good one too. That was a big.
I think McNally's team was in that one.
Maybe. Yeah. I can't remember who, but
to echo what you said. I mean, you're an adult. Make a decision. If the person that you're bowling with is mad because you're making a safety decision, don't bowl with them again. Any person would understand if anybody else is like, hey, I'm not going to come. Okay, sorry. Like, that's cool. Be safe.
Yeah. And I mean, if there's 2 or 3 teams that need to back out and like if guys still want to go, turn it into a singles tournament. Like there's ways around it. He graciously kept his house open so that he could have a tournament for people who wanted to go bowl. So stop bitching about it. Stop whining about it. Tim, I know you're going to highlight that comment, but yeah. Okay, Tim, now you can talk.
Say hi to Angie first.
Hi, Angie.
Hi.
I miss you.
Miss you too.
I won't be able to come see you this year. I'm going to have to get a hotel with 2 girls. It sucks.
Yeah, that sucks there. I feel really bad for you.
Nerds.
Damn. So you kind of stole my thunder, which is great because you got going on a rant and we haven't had a good Calvin rant in a while. My whole point is that the storm was larger than what everyone predicted it was going to be. It was never predicted to be as large of a storm as what it's turned out to be for Nova Scotia. So last I knew, Gwinnell wasn't a meteorologist. He's a farmer and he owns a bowling alley.
I bet he knows the weather better than some weatherman.
Yeah, he probably does.
Well, I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
I'm sure he does.
If the cows walk one way, it's going to snow. They walk the other way, it's going to be
the
okay.
fact
right?
is that everybody that bowled in it was adults, and they are responsible for their own well-being and their own safety. And if they didn't feel safe enough, and I'm sure some didn't, it's okay to stay home on days like that. It's okay to not put yourself in danger or make that decision not to drive to a bowling tournament. I've done it before. Not a lot.
Once a month.
Not a lot because I've driven, but I'm also smart enough to understand my limitations on the road.
Right.
I'm not one of these guys that throws it in 4-wheel drive and says, "Hey, I've got 4-wheel as long as one wheel is on the tar, we're good."
Yeah. Like if
sometimes too when you're in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it. I saw that on the old Facebooky, and I just was like, I mean,
Facebooky, you are getting old, huh?
Hey, I didn't call it the Facebook.
Yeah, you
no.
did.
What are you going to call it? The Talkies next? I saw it on the Talkie the other day.
I saw it on that. I saw it on that Snapface or Instabook or something.
It's Instabook Face.
Instabook Face. No, I just. Anywho, we'll move on.
Yeah. So this weekend is the 560. Rosters aren't posted, but the divisions have been posted. I'm not going to read them all. But if you're bowling, we've gone over this just a little bit ago, but anything that's highlighted, that's your crossover match. A and B are going to have 2 crossovers. C and D are only going to have 1 crossover. Start at 1 o'clock on Friday because a lot of people are asking when it starts. So anybody who's listening who's going to be there, 1 o'clock on Friday is when it starts. Captain's meeting is at 12:30.
Is that 1 o'clock Atlantic time?
Are you bowling in America, Timothy?
I'm not. That's why I'm asking.
Well, there you go. So
I'm asking for those that are coming up from America.
But you would be bowling on the
he's a big dumb animal, isn't he, folks?
Local time. You don't go to a Toronto Maple Leafs hockey game and watch it at 6 o'clock and Winnipeg time. You watch it on.
Don't go to those anyways. Well, not after April.
Boobs? Angie,
I'm trying to get her. Well, I would never try to get my wife to be inappropriate at these times, but if she so happened to, I'd be okay with it.
If she so happened to lift up the laundry basket and it sort of lifted up her shirt for some, I mean, it happens. Or did you?
She wants to know how you know she's doing laundry.
Because it's Monday night, Angie. That's the way the world works.
It's been that way for 2 years.
Yeah, it's been that way for 2 years since we've been on here, Angie. All you do is do the laundry Monday nights.
Yeah, Tim changes his clothes 10 times a day.
He's like
once a day.
Okay, it happens. I
go from work clothes to comfy clothes.
So you shit your pants underwear.
And then I shit my pants and I move on to something else.
That's what happens when you get old, Tim. You just can't control your bowels.
Oh my God!
Tim just got called out. I
don't even wear Depends.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, the rest of the 560 Saturday and Sunday start at 9 o'clock. There are 4 freaking matches Saturday, 3 string matches, so that'll be 12 strings, everybody. Please, I understand that everybody wants to take their time and wants to, get themselves set, but please pay attention to your lanes, pay attention to the lanes beside you. If a person needs to clear their gutter and you're about to throw your first ball, don't throw your first ball. Let that person clear their gutters and then you can go, and then it doesn't slow down everybody. Pay attention to your bowling. You don't need to take 18 minutes to look at a shot. You can you turn around and ask, then you scope it out and you go. please, it is going to be one long ass weekend. Please.
Go. As someone that's gone up to watch, that's a long weekend just watching too.
Oh, it's a long weekend, even regardless of the bowling, just standing there and cheering your team on and eating and drinking and whatever else you got to do. Like, it's a long weekend, folks. So
when you go up to watch your friend bowl and he goes, "Oh no, Tim brought his stuff. He can bowl with people."
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to help out the community, Tim.
That's why Tim's not coming up this year, because somebody will ask him to bowl.
No one will ask him to bowl anymore.
No, that's true. I would always ask Tim to bowl. It doesn't matter.
Look, if they can get my back fixed, I may try it again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So yes, 560 weekend. Excited. Gonna be long. Here we go. Tournaments that are upcoming as well. There will be a sign-up sheet during the 560 for the doubles, the 9-pin doubles tournament that is coming up at Fairlanes. I know I talked to a few people during some of the tournaments leading up to this. There's going to be a sign-up sheet. Literally, if you can check your average either before you come or just after and send me a message, I'm going to take whatever average you have when you sign up. If you sign up, give me your average. That's what you're going to use for your handicap. I'm not going to start asking people the night before or the week before or whatever. Just send whatever, whenever you sign up, put your average down, your league average, whatever it is. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to fret about it. Just send me your average or show me your average whenever you want to sign up. I'm good with that. So that is the 24th, the end of the month. And as well, Kingswood has their 9-pin singles tournament, which is the 25th, the very next day at Fredericton at Kingswood. Sign up with Corey Smith or post in Kingswood. Tim, why are you sending stuff to our chat when we have to? Good gracious. I'm trying to pay attention here. Tim's squirrel mind is going, and good gracious. A few tournaments coming up in March, but we'll get to that in the next podcast so that I can be more.
Brian just looked at it.
Yeah, I'll look at it here in a second. Anyways, so that's all that's coming up in Canada.
Stop trying to laugh, Brian.
What did you send us? Okay. Anyways, go on. You're next. So
okay.
I can figure this crap out.
We have a ton of stuff.
Oh, Timothy.
There's a special place for people like you.
There is. Let's see the Pro Series. You definitely, Nico. It was definitely a squirrel moment. I can't help it. Sometimes it happens. So congratulations to Brittany Underwood and Timmy Douglas. A fantastic.
Timmy had a big day.
He did. Yeah. Lots of good stuff. So I'll go down the kind of the top 10 teams. They had 41 teams, I believe it was, which is great. They had some back out last minute for various reasons. See, that's how it works. Things came up, they had to back out. No one complained about it.
Some of them actually figured out how far away Maine is, and they got scared.
No. Some actually had legitimate reasons.
I was kidding. It used to be that way.
It used to be. Brittany and Tim won 24-79 is what they had. They had a huge 10th game to come back. They went 299 in the 10th. Amanda Carolyn Freshie came in second. Basically, Amanda absolutely carried Freshie, without a doubt. We know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. Maddie and Bob Wickham, third. Laura DeFleur and John Winchell, fourth. Mario and Nick Norcross, fifth. And congratulations to Nick on a massive 201 string in the fifth string.
That's right.
Fantastic string.
So I was in Colorado with Mark Ritchie, and we were watching it out in Colorado, and he sees that, and he goes, 6 pins!
Yeah. So I had the record. Mark beat it, and Nick came close. So
I'll beat it at the 560.
I like that idea.
Aaron Merrill and Aaron St. Cyr came in 6th. Vanessa Huff-Mark Weber in 7th. Glennis and Joe Smith 8th. 9th was Jenna Ward and Jason Gauthier. Good to see Jenna Bolin. I believe that was her first Pro Series event, as well as Brittany. That was her first as well. And Caitlin Zaleski and Jonathan Boudreau in 10th. And that was the cutoff. That was the final pay spot. Some individual performances. Amanda Carroll, 12:46. She had a massive 10 strings there. Maddie was 12:19. Vanessa Huff, 11:71. Jenna was 11:45. Karen Dumais, 11:20. Laura DeFleur, 11:11. Brittany, 11:11. So some really good things there. On the men's side, Timmy with a 13:68 with a 184 10th string. That is, we've all bowled 10-string tournaments. It's not easy in your 9th and 10th string to throw those.
In Augusta, they do individual lane records, so that might be an individual lane record too.
It might be. I don't know what lanes they were on, or where they started, but Chris Winiars, the wizard. I say that because he's Harry Potter. So sorry, I had a squirrel moment. So Mr. Godwin would like to know what's candlepin bowling.
Something he's not good at anymore.
It's something he used to be able to do.
Somebody that we used to know.
But anyway, Chris with a 1290. Nick Norcross with a 1282. Again, with that 201 in the 5th string. Winchell with a 1277. You had let's see, Aaron St. Cyr 1266, Joey Lister 1257, and Joe Smith 1248. So there was some. I did go up to watch on Saturday. Was there for a couple hours, just made an appearance, watched really good bowling, and left, which is great. I go to a tournament, I watch, and then I can leave. I don't have to get hurt.
Whenever you want.
What do we have? We had some.
We had the money match. We had the youth.
Yeah, I was looking to see if they
Rock
had.
and Bowl was yesterday, I believe.
I've got a whole list going on here of things. The Rock and Bowl
sent us stuff.
No, Nico, I didn't, which is great. And Nico, we will talk about this. That is on my list to talk about. Not Josh, because if we keep talking about Josh and breaking records, your head won't be able to get into Rochester Electronics. So we'll hold off on that.
They'll just hire another candlepin bowler.
Yeah. Let's see. So we had where to go. Oh, Candlepins for Cancer, top 5 field is set. The live show will be Saturday, February 10th, this Saturday at Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord. We've got a really cool stat is the number 5 bowler is, I'm not quite sure how old he is. I know he's in his 70s. Phil Clough, qualified 5th at 619.
Wow. So will this mean that Phil's bowled on TV for like 5 decades?
Something like that. Let's see. So Phil will bowl number 4, Scott LaPierre. Winner of that will bowl Troy Fournier with his 643. Sean Baker qualified 2nd with 644, and Jay Simino with the 686. So tons of good stuff there. Donation
big total 686, big total.
Not really.
Okay.
It's a good total. I mean, that would.
I'm saying, like, nowadays, how many times do you see 700s nowadays? Honestly, in anything.
Every time I bowl singles.
Jesus, I hope I bring my hip waders in April because it's getting fucking deep already.
Let's see. So we had the money match. If you didn't watch it, folks, go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Winchell and Fuller put on an exhibition in the fifth string. That was
not exciting until the fifth string.
Yeah,
go back and watch it. You can skip the first 2 hours.
Skip the first 4 strings.
Yeah.
And then go watch the fifth string, because it really was a great back and forth fifth string. They, all 4 bowlers, LaPierre and Weber, made some great shots. Winchell made a huge run, and we won't talk about Brian Fuller because
we could talk about one shot, and
Brian talks enough about Brian.
We can listen.
No, that shot.
Full disclosure. He messaged me asking me to help him bowl because he had no idea what he was doing. And I told him after he finished his last 4 strings, I said, okay, do this. And then he made the 5-10, and then he goes nuts. And then I said, all right, 10% of your cut is good for me. So just anytime you want, just send it up. I'll be good with it.
Can you transfer that to?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I really did. I really thought that fifth string was it was a fun string to watch. It was a back and forth fifth string, and it wasn't until the last couple of boxes really of, I think Fuller threw a strike in the 9th or something that sealed it.
Yeah.
So it was something like that. I'd have to go back and watch it again, but
I think when Winchell was done, not that I'm saying Mark couldn't have done it, but I think when Winchell got up, he put it into like the 20s or 30s or something, and Fuller was open in the 5th, so it was almost 40 with 5 boxes to go. So it wasn't like it was over, but it was
but Mark gave it a run. I mean,
he threw 2 marks.
I think. 3, I think.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 to finish.
I mean, 40 pins is 3 marks with good fills, and the other guy goes 5 opens. It can happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that was fun to watch. Let's see.
The other money match, I think I don't think we talked about that one. Oh yeah, Mark Weber was on. That was when we were on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we talked.
There's a money match coming up next Saturday.
Is it next Saturday?
The 17th.
Is
Jeff and Mark
Augusta?
against Carl and
Scott LaPierre against
Scott LaPierre. Jeff and Mark.
Yeah.
See, I will say this. I like the main money match one, the ones in Augusta, because they're 10 strings.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Calvin, really?
What? You haven't noticed that? That's been there for a good 5-10 minutes now.
I do like the Augusta ones just because they're 10 strings, and I just feel that if you're going to bowl for, if you're going to have a match and you're going to bowl for that, for the amount of money they're bowling for, I just like 10 strings. Again, that's taking nothing away from what what they've done at Exeter.
I mean, they started the money match thing back up, so. Probe him right away.
We're bringing him back. He can't just leave like that.
I hit the wrong button.
Sure you did.
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to hit edit name, and I hit remove from stage.
Let's see. So some upcoming tournaments. There are a lot of upcoming tournaments. We've got a doubles 9-pin best box at Bangor Brewer Lanes. That is a 2:30 cap. That is Sunday, February 25th at 10 a.m. $80 each, $10 each for high single. That is a 10-string. Top 8 teams make the playoffs. Ties based off pinfall. Bottom half of teams get knocked out each round, which is a pretty cool format. So prizes based off in 20 teams. Be $1,000 for first place, $700 for second, $500 for third, $250 for fourth. Again, based on 20 teams. Not sure how many teams they have. I know they've got a pretty good sign up going. I just don't know where they're at. Leda Lanes is having a Valentine's doubles handicap tournament this Saturday, 1 p.m., 5 strings, entry fee $60 per team. Teams may be made up of 2 men, 2 women, or co-ed. 100% handicap to 130 using highest Leda League average as of February 10th. I assume if you don't bowl a league there, they use your highest league average somewhere else. Unless this is only for Lita League bowlers, in which case, not sure.
They might have forgot like a slash. It might be Lita/league average. You have a Lita average, you use that. Or
just reach out to Lexi and find out if that's for everyone.
Tim's not good at grammar.
Oh, I'm not bad at grammar. I just, we've got a big one coming up. This is Exeter Bowling Lane's $4,000 mixed doubles. That is a 4th annual scratch knockout. 10 a.m. Sunday, July 14th. That is doors open at 8:30. It is one shift at 10 sharp. Tournament is limited to 24 teams. Spot is reserved with paid fees of $200 per team. The $4,000 total prize pool based on 24 paid teams. Payouts start after first 5-string knockout. Let's see. I'm not going to keep going down through, but basically first place team will get $2,000. Second place team, $600. Third place, $400. So reach out to Exeter Bowling to sign up. I'm sure you can find it online, or you can just reach out to Rob and sign yourself up.
Sweet.
We got the Chicha 3rd annual Chicha Rose. That is at Lita Lanes. That is Saturday, June 1st. 10 a.m. start. Cost is $270 per team. Let's see. 5-string qualifier, optional side pools, knockout style playoffs. As of right now, there are 28 spots signed up for already. Some folks are looking for partners, but at least 28, folks have reserved a spot.
Sweet.
That is a three-person team. 2 men, 1 woman. Sweet. So if you happen to want to come down from Canada, I'm sure they'd love to have you. Well, maybe not you, Calvin, but others. Let's see. We have an overnight 10-stringer. Saturday, March 23rd at 10 p.m. This is at Spare Time down in Whitensville, somethingville. It's in Southern Mass.
If Easter Classic wasn't the next weekend.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Easter is March 30th.
Yes, Easter's very early this year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So Easter's into March this year?
Yeah. Easter weekend is the end of March.
All sorts of things. Check that out. Reach out to Eric Bromberg. Right now, he's got a pretty...
Don't do it on a Celtics game night, or he won't get back to you. Important business.
Well, it's not Celtics tonight, so you're okay.
Right. I'm just saying. Eric's got business he attends to. On
he does. Yeah. The Luck of the Irish handicap 3 leprechaun teams. Apparently, that's my teams. I don't know, or Freshies. Saturday, March 23rd. That is 1 p.m. 5 strings. That is at Lita Lanes. Entry fee is $105 per team. 100% handicapped 130 using highest league average as of March 1st. Reach out to Lita Lanes to reserve a spot. We had the Rock and Bowl this weekend. It's a cool format. I didn't realize the format they did, but basically the child bowler gets 3 balls to beat the pro bowler who gets 1 ball.
I like it.
Which is pretty cool. Jeremy Seaholm posted a cool little video of his daughter bowling against Bobby Witt, and it was just pretty neat. So that was at Academy Lane. Sounds like it was an amazing event. So,
big turnout for sure.
Big turnout. And there's a ton. Guys, go to Candlepin Chat. There's a ton of other stuff that we're not going to talk about because we got other things to talk about too. So,
sweet.
Check it out. Had this question asked.
Okay.
I think it's an easy answer, but I'm going to pose it.
Okay.
If a record gets broken in an unsanctioned house, does it count?
Yes.
Where?
What do you mean where?
What does it count for? Just a
record?
House record? So it only counts as a house record, right?
No, a record.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Maine would have a way to. Tim wouldn't have a state record for 3.
Right. So, because I think you guys are wacko.
Oh, you think it's wacko to follow the rules?
No, I think it's wacko that just because a house is not followed by a certain rule that was, or a certain, I guess.
No, you want to hear how anal they really are? If you break a record, the governing body sends people to measure the lanes to make sure they are correct.
Make sure the foul lights were working, make sure the lanes were up to ICBA standards. Absolutely. I see.
But they don't weigh your damn bowling balls.
They do in the States. Oh, Maddie coming through. We'll get there, Maddie. That's next on my list.
Oh, Madison.
That's next on my list. So here's the thing. If a record gets broken in an unsanctioned house, does it count? It counts as a house record. Sure. Absolutely. It's the house.
But what if the house was sanctioned before and it's not sanctioned now?
Then it doesn't count for the ICB. In the ICBA, the state of Maine, the state of New Hampshire, or the state of Massachusetts does not count as a state record or an ICBA record if it's not a member of the association and it's an unsanctioned house. I have no problems with that. That's been a rule since I was a kid, so it's been around for at least
I have a problem. Years. Hold on. I have a problem with it when they start holding it against people. When they're like, oh, you bowled. You didn't do it in a sanctioned house. Blow smoke up your ass. You still bowled that.
I'm not saying you didn't.
No, but
But they are.
I have a feeling that there would be a lot more Canadians in the Hall of Fame if there were more ICBA sanctioned houses.
No, there'd be more Canadians at the Hall of Fame if people would nominate Canadians. The last I knew, there hasn't been a Canadian nominated in years. So you can't just put someone in the Hall of Fame without being nominated.
I understand that, but
I'm gonna
a lot of the records
what's the argument?
In Canada aren't even recognized by the ICBA.
But I don't understand what the argument is, Brian. You're talking about putting someone in the Hall of Fame. If they haven't been nominated, you can't put them in.
No, you misunderstood what I said, Tim. Now let me slow it down. You're old, I understand, so I'll break it down for you. I meant that if they were nominated, old man, make eye contact. If they were nominated,
yeah,
that they might not get voted for because they're not in an ICBA sanctioned house and their bowling didn't happen. It's my opinion, Tim. I'm allowed to think that's my opinion.
Jesus, you never even let me finish.
Well, I can see your little squirrel eyes lighting up like you.
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. You're wrong. I don't care what your opinion is. You're wrong.
God, you sound like somebody I know quite well.
And she's right.
Well, folks, how's your night going?
Yes, Dr. Evil.
That's a very. How can they be in the Hall of Fame if there's no certified house? It's pretty simple. You go off from their records. You go off from what people they bowl in the world. Most of them have bowled in the worlds. The ones that should be in there absolutely should be in there. You take a look at, Chris Hollett, Rob. Well, they're not 50. You got to be 50. But let's just say like Robbie Henderson turns 50. He absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt in my mind. Part of being in the Hall of Fame is, this is from my perspective, is you have to pass what I call the eye test. We've all watched bowlers and been like, wait, so they average 125 in their league when they keep their own score, and Brian knows where I'm going with this. You bowl in a coffee league and you got 14 400s this year. Great. You kept your own score.
You average 108 in the men's league.
So I just
walks like a duck, barks like a dog. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I just feel the majority of the Canadians that I can think of that I've seen that I believe should be in the Hall of Fame would be in the Hall of Fame if they would get nominated.
For sure.
Brian Bernatchez, Bob Doothwhite,
what I am alluding to, Tim, is that would they get in? Yes. Would there be those particular people that, well, they don't have any ICBA?
Oh, absolutely. No, 100%.
I'm going to be a stuffy person.
Yep.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I meant.
100%. There would be some people, but I think the majority of them would get in based on their merits.
I agree with you on that. My whole thing was that it would,
yeah.
It wouldn't be a slam dunk as we would like.
No, but I'll tell you right now, if someone went out and bowled a 250 in Halifax Fairlanes, that to me, that's not a world record. That is an unsanctioned house that's got flat gutters. It's not the same. It's not sanctioned.
So, hey, Godwin, you're in chat. What do you think about that? You threw a 220 something there, and Tim just kind of disregarded it. So.
Didn't disregard it at all. It wasn't a record.
Was it a house record?
Nope.
It wasn't a house record?
I don't think it was a house record at Fair. I don't think it was a house record at Fairlines. It could be.
Jesus, what was the house record?
No, it very well could be. I don't know.
That doesn't matter. It's not sanctioned, right?
Nope, I didn't say that
anymore.
It's not. Well, right, it's not even a house anymore.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about world records, it has to be an ICBA sanctioned house to be a world record. Those are the rules. I don't make them. That's just the rules.
Perfect.
Doesn't mean that someone didn't bowl it. May have been. Oh, look. It's your friend Ryan Hogan who didn't send you your information.
It's Hollywood Hulk Hoagie.
Yeah, shows up 2 hours late and doesn't send me any information about the tournament.
Once he shows up this weekend, I'm okay with it.
So Madison would like to talk about fouls.
Okay.
So how do we feel?
What would Madison like to talk about? Isn't she the one? What would you like to talk about, Madison?
Maddie,
what kind of fouls would
tell
you like
tell
to
us
talk
a note
about?
you would like to see. I already know one thing she's going to talk about. She would want to talk about, and that's foot fouls.
Okay, I like it. Let's go.
Okay. So I have an odd question because I don't really know the answer to this.
Okay.
Is it a benefit if someone goes a toe over, that quarter of an inch, whatever?
No.
Is it a benefit if someone goes a foot over?
To be honest, I don't even think it's a benefit to go over the line at all. Because even if you walk over the line or step over the line, you still have to try to figure out how to throw your ball from walking or stepping over the line. I don't think it's a benefit. However, the line is there. It's a foul. It's just like lobbing. It's just like lobbing. I don't think lobbing is any advantage, but the line is there.
I disagree there.
Foul. But it's foul. I know. We've had that argument before. I don't care. You still have them. You still had everything. Don't even talk to me, Hogan. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
the foul light should be on. Or there
should to be honest, are there any really houses that have foul lights anymore? I don't even think there's.
Augusta has foul lights, I believe.
Hilarious, Tim. I mean, we didn't have them during the 560 last year, and I can guarantee
they do have foul lights. Gone over the line. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea if they work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember the last house I went to where foul lines actually worked. I think it might have been park lanes.
I am 100% of the mindset that
I believe Newport's foul lights work.
I believe so. I believe Bangor's work. I think.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
My belief is that I don't know how to word it. We have rules for a reason. Okay. Foot fouls, rolling wood, taking shots out of gutters. They're all rules. We need to follow them. It's not that, to me, it's not that difficult. And we can talk about taking shots out of a gutter because Irby posted a really cool video yesterday, the day before, something like that. asking if this shot was good. And now I need to find it because I want to play it. And I was always taught that if I have to think about the shot, if it was good or not, then it's not good. Don't take it.
Correct.
If it's close, don't take it.
Right.
Well,
no.
If it's
Brian has seen me, and there was video of me not taking a shot because in my mind, it was too close to tell if it was bad or good.
Kerrigan did it this past Thursday in our league, Bowling MD. She got a shot, and she's like, it's too close. I don't want it. And MD's like, that was good. She's like, it's too close.
And that's fine, and I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, if it's too close and you think it's good, like if it's close and I think it's good, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, it was close, I'm not going to take it. If I think it was good, even though it was close, I'm still going to take it.
Honestly, I'm cool with that as long as I say, hey, was that good? And you go, yes.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
You are.
Yep. And
you
that's
have
what
conviction.
That's what I tell everybody.
Kim Baker just said Academy has work and foul lights.
Cool. There was a tournament I was at, and I was bowling, and Buddy literally walked over the line, and I just went, do you want to ask him, did he go over the line on his second ball? And he said no. I'm like, okay, good enough. He can take the pin. Whatever he wants to do. I'm okay with you. If you want to call that, or you want to make the call yourself, by all means, make that call. I'm not gonna get angry with you. I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna simply ask you, did you think that was good? And if you say yep, good enough for me. That's about as far as I'll go with it. As long as you think it's good, it's bowler's call, and that is basically the rule in itself.
Again, I understand bowler's call. I absolutely understand bowler's call. And
hold on. Is it still bowler's call if you have an official?
No, because the official should be making that call.
Shouldn't there be an official in any big important finals or money matches or something like that?
Yes.
Shouldn't there be a sanctioned official?
I have always thought there should be. I've always thought, like the Worlds,
at the playoffs and finals.
Once you hit the playoffs, every match should have an official. They should. I've always
not somebody who bowled in the tournament that's going to volunteer. An unbiased official.
Yeah, I've always thought that. I just don't know if you can make it happen, though. That's the only problem. All right. So this was we'll play this.
That was not good.
That's not a good lead. Would you call that good?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's no good. That cap is no good.
Oh, it did dip.
I know. It did. But you can't see that unless you go slow motion.
Right.
So that's why you have
called it to begin with, though.
That's why you have bowler's call. Because you watching this live, and it's just so damn close.
Yeah, because it hits the wood.
Yeah,
and the wood goes the exact direction it should. Like if you hit the red band, which is almost identical to the exact red band. Like that's almost the shot he should go.
You know how I knew it wasn't good from the beginning? If you watch the ball,
I went to bed with a younger man because of my husband's.
Whoa, Timmy!
Whoa. That's an ad on YouTube, folks.
Sure it was. No, but if he hit the red band there, the ball's going to jump up. It hit the cap and it went dead and it went straight back. That's the way I saw it. It was no good.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we've all seen close shots. We've all seen it. We've all sat back and was like, I don't know. And we ask. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Ian asked a question here.
Yeah. And yes, so, Ian, I would ask the question, but I wouldn't argue with it. I would ask, did you say that was good? Yep, it was good. Okay.
Ian, honestly, I know the people Calvin bowls with. If that happens, Calvin won't have to have an issue with it.
No, it'd be funny.
No. I don't know, folks. It doesn't take a whole
officials.
It doesn't take a whole hell of a lot to stay behind the line. You know, there was video, and you can see it, of a certain bowler bowling in Augusta. And I don't know if it was the once a month or whatever. And you can see the person going over the line. Literally see them going over the line. And nothing being called. I don't know.
I'm again, if you're not going to sit there.
Oh, there it is.
The Pro Series. Yeah. If you're not going to relax, Madison. Okay. You said it the first time we saw it. Okay. Calm yourself down here. If you see it. Oh, Brian kicked himself off. What happened here?
He's completely off.
Calvin? Oh, he pulled the Calvin, or is
no, he's out completely.
Oh, his internet died.
Is that what he said?
I don't know. No, I don't know what he said. I'm just assuming. So if you see it happening, because again, I will bring it up. I brought it up before. I had people come to me at the 20 stringer and tell me that this certain individual was going over the line and making shots, and I'm like, okay, well, did you call it? Did somebody call it? No. Well, then screw off. Like I don't care if you see it, call it. If you ask the person, like, are you going over the line? And they say no, well, then maybe you say, okay, well, I'm going to, like you just say, if you're in a match, you talk to the person and say, listen, you talk to the captain, listen, I think this person's going over the line. If you just want to watch it and, let them know, make sure they don't go over the line, because if they do it again, I'm going to have to call it. Like, it's simple as that, people. Sitting behind, and I'm going to get into my rant again, sitting behind and bitching and complaining and doing this online, like, the one thing as much as everybody may hate about me or anything about me, I will tell you to your face if you're doing something. I'm not going to talk about somebody behind their back. I'm not going to do that. Don't go on and bitch about something. Bring it up in the moment. If you're in a match and somebody is fouling or somebody is taking a shot of the gutter, confront them. Say something to them. If it starts something, I know some people are sitting there going, oh, if I say something, maybe it starts, they get all riled up and then, they go off and beat you. Hey, so be it. That's the way it is. But don't not say anything and then go on the internet and bitch about it and say, oh, look at all these fouls. Say something in the moment. We are adults. We are people who have voices. You can literally say something. All you have to do is open your mouth and listen. We got Madison on here. She's got one of the biggest mouths I know. You just have to open it and say something. It's simple as that. It's just stop bitching on the internet. It drives me absolutely wild. And I'll make fun of Corey forever, but you think of Corey Smith when he took that shot out of the gutter. They didn't say anything to us in the moment, but you could see in the video, and I've watched the video hundreds of times because I enjoy watching us beat them, but you can see in the video, they look at each other and they whisper about it and they talk about it, and then everybody bitches about it on the internet the next day. Say something. It's as simple as that. You could have asked Corey, was that good? Nobody asked him. Nobody said anything. They just shook their head and bitched about it. Don't bitch. Say something. He even reacted. It was the only reason he took the spare, for the most part, is what he says, is because we all reacted like he hit it. So just say something. Ask someone. Do you think that was good? If he said it was good, then it's good. Simple as that. If you don't like it, too friggin' bad. It's bowler's call. It's bowler's whatever. If you don't like it and you want something to be done about it, call an official and be done with it. I'm tired of the bitching. I'm tired of the bitching and moaning. It's just annoying. It doesn't help the game at all. And the internet has.
I love the fact that I can watch things that are going on. I can stream. I can see some of these things that in the past I wasn't able to.
Right. Absolutely.
But I hate the fact that people are keyboard warriors and hide behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
I've said what I've said for how long we've been doing the show, episode 135 and whatever. Yeah. I've never hidden behind what I've said. It's out there it's out there for everyone to hear. And God knows I've been accused of putting my input in on things that don't need to be. But
absolutely.
You know, the rules are the rules. We all know how to do it. We're all adults and just abide by them, which leads me to my one last thing as we've hit an hour here. State tournaments, and I'm going to talk about the main state tournaments. Okay. There is a list of rules, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Dress code, all of this, that as bowlers, we are supposed to follow. The proprietor is supposed to follow them as well and make sure bowlers are abiding by these rules. It is becoming increasingly evident that proprietors don't give a shit about the rules because they're not abiding by them.
Right.
Okay. They're not abiding by the dress code that they've set forth as saying, you need to wear these. This is what you need to wear. Oh, but this person's wearing this. I'm going to let them go. Oh, but now I got to let this person. Oh, but now I got to. So get rid of the dress code.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just one thing. I bowled a long time in the States. I did it as a junior and I bowled for 30 plus years as an adult in state tournaments. I have a ton of respect for the proprietors. They've got a tough business that they do. But if you're going to have a sanctioning body that has these tournaments, then all I've ever asked is to abide by the guidelines and the rules that are set forth by the governing body of the sport.
Right.
State of Maine, ICB, not the ICBA, the Maine State Candlepin Bowling Association, MSCBPA, whatever it is. If they're telling me that I have to wear a collared shirt with a name on the back, then wear a collared shirt with a name on the back.
Pretty simple.
And if you don't, here are the consequences for not doing it. I can remember bowling the Maine Pro Tour my first year. I got fined on the second one because I was told I didn't have my patch on. I had to have a Pro Tour patch. It's my second tournament. I hadn't even gotten it yet. You know?
Yeah.
But I knew that I had to, and I didn't. So I forget what it was, $5, $10, whatever it was. Yeah. You know, I just.
That's it. You just follow the rules. It's simple. And if you're seeing somebody who's not following the rules, talk to that person. Just pull them to the side. Hey, listen, just want to let you know, I think you're going over the line. You may want to watch your foot or watch what you're doing or maybe back up a little. Because if you do it again, I may have to call you on it. And if you don't agree with me, I'll have to get somebody over here to watch. Pretty simple.
Yep. And I'm not quite sure what the dress code is now for the state because I haven't bowled the state tournaments for a couple of years. But the last I knew, like for the women, they couldn't wear, was it leggings, Brian, or something like that?
I don't know.
I can't remember now. But yet, 75% of the women wear leggings when they bowl because they're comfortable to bowl in. Or I don't know. So I'm told they're comfortable to bowl in.
Sure.
It's been a long time since I dressed up in ladies' clothes.
Yeah. Like last Thursday?
No. It's been at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, at least a couple of weeks. Okay.
So, to me, if the rule are...
Like you measure with?
I was going to say something. Maddie, I wore leggings for the main state tournament and didn't get told until after that they weren't allowed. Oh, okay. Perfect example. Maddie didn't even know that was a rule. Okay. I have no problem with leggings. For the most part, they look fine.
It's comfortable. It's clothes. What does it matter? It's not like you're going up there in a thong. Like, relax.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not ripped pants. It's not ripped jeans. It's not, jeans with stains all over them, paint and everything else. And they had to put those rules in for a reason at some point. When I first started bowling the States back in the late 80s, early 90s, you had to bowl dress pants.
Right.
Dress pants and a bowling shirt. The main pro tour, you couldn't wear jeans. You couldn't wear jeans to bowl in the States. They didn't allow jeans until the late 90s, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
They didn't allow shorts until like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with shorts. Like, as long as they're decent, like golf shorts. I mean, I'm not a big fan of athletic shorts, basketball shorts, for bowling tournaments, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I as a community, we should all be on the same page when it comes to whatever rules there are.
Absolutely.
If Canada's
rules as they are written down.
If Canada's not, if they're going to have flat gutters, then allow flat gutters. Truly, in my opinion, flat gutters do not make a difference for Calvin, for me, Brian, anyone that throws a ball relatively hard. Flat gutters do nothing, in my opinion.
Almost harder.
Yeah.
Now, you take the gutters that are inclined.
Oh, I like me a Daytona Bank gutter.
Well, it depends. I mean, so I don't know. I followed the rules as written until those rules are changed. And if you don't like the rules, bring it up to the governing body, bring it up to the state, bring it up to your proprietor that you bowl out of and say, hey, at the next tournament or at the next meeting, could you discuss this? That's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have any other questions. You guys got anything you want to talk about before we?
No, I'm ready to go. I got to watch Raw.
You got to watch. All right, folks. As usual, please get your questions, comments, concerns to rippintherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Brian, where else? Disclaimer, and where else can they do it? What do you think?
They can find us on Anchor, Breaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and wherever else they listen to their podcast mediums. Again, please smash that like button and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube. And the views and expressions of Ripping the Rack podcast are those of Tim, Calvin, and Brian. Tim is a grumpy old man that doesn't listen. Just leave him alone. Thank you.
You're number one. You're number one.
Thank you, folks.
You're number one.